Hey folks, it's Dave back here in Studio B, back with some more Payoff Pitch this morning. Had a great game last night. Thanks everybody that came by last night. And it's a rainy Sunday here. I didn't realize the Capitals were playing. I know people are going to be watching to see if Ovechkin breaks the record. I'll catch the replay on that. But yeah, I wanted to come back here and get Game 2 in. Again, I'm not going to do every game here live, but I'm all set up. So I says, let me go and set this up and go again here. Then maybe I'll play a couple offline today. I got a little bit of work I have to do today. But anyway, so Payoff Pitch back here on the channel as we do another game here. I'll try to label them as to which game I'm playing so it doesn't all look the same when you get on YouTube. So hopefully that'll help out. But anyway, let me see if we can get down to the game here. Oh, I need to open up my chat room because that's what we like to do. We like to have our chat room open, right? And get this going. Hang on one second. Unfortunately, when I use OBS, I have to go to my phone. I think we're going to be... Okay, so chat room is open if anybody's around here on Sunday and would like to hang out with us. So that is going here. Where am I going to put this? We'll put this right over here. So it's out of the way. And, all right, so let's go to our field. And we're back here in Baltimore. Again, second game of the season. So we played game 1 last night. The Red Sox won 6-3. Hooray. This is the 76 Red Sox replay using Payoff Pitch, and Digital Diamond will simulate the rest of the games. Anxiously awaiting Digital Diamond 13. I'm kind of hoping I can carry over everything in the 13 for this project here. And so now let's go here. So we have Ken Holtzman on the mound. Lineups are fairly similar to yesterday's. A couple of different players in for each team, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So as you can see, who's in today? We have Deron Johnson and Doug Griffin are different guys in here for the Red Sox today. Their pitcher will be Rick Wise, and I think it's pretty much the same. Oh, it might be the same lineup as last night for the. Oh no, they have a different catcher. They have Duncan. So hang on one second here. I need to get Duncan, Dave Duncan. So he's a 3 and a 4. Duncan is 3 and 4. So let me change this. I have my little notes on my catcher. That's what I have. So if I need to check for steals, it's right there. I don't have to worry about it. All right, so it's going to be Rick Burleson. Now, last night he was the 9-hitter. Today he's leading some things off. I don't know what happened, but we're just going to go with the as played for right now. All right, so it's Memorial Stadium. It is Baltimore and Boston one more time. And Andrew comes by. He's playing some, he's liking the WHA final score hockey. That is fun. I did a whole season with 70-71 final score hockey. I really, really enjoyed it. It's a fun game. I think that's the one that's got the pressure roll. I love the pressure roll. It just, the games aren't over till they're over. All right, making sure I got the correct dice, and here we go. So Burleson is going to be, right off the bat, we're going to get to tough. And a tough 33, but he fights it off, and he will single a sharp liner into center field. So Burleson will fight off the pitch from Holtzman, and he'll single that into center field. So now he's not a big stealer, but we will find out. And no, he's not going to steal. So Burleson will be on with a single. Well, what happened to my card here? Did it get bent? I might have got bent from all the dice rolling last night. All right, so Freddie Lynn coming up. He's not a good bunter, so we're not going to bunt. So Freddie Lynn's going to swing away. I'd probably never bunt with Freddie Lynn anyway, but you know me, I like my small ball. Again, my game, my rules. Another tough. Holy cow, 2 toughs in a row for Holtzman. An 87 G4. This is going to be hit down the grit. Can he turn 2? So, oh boy, a double play, 7 or less. And no, it's a 9. So they'll get the runner at second base only. So that'll be a G4-6. Lynn will beat it out. And, boy, he almost got a double play. So 2 toughs in a row for Ken Holtzman, rolling the 7s. All right, so let's see if Lynn's going to steal. A 3? Nope, he's not going to steal. So now we have, you thought I'd be watching Ovechkin? Yeah, I didn't realize what time the game was. It's probably on national TV, too, I would imagine. So I'll catch the replay. It's not that big of a deal. I can't stand to watch hockey with the board advertisements moving now. I hate that. So I don't like to watch that at all. So Dwight Evans with Lynn on first base. So we have, this time it's a 3. This time it's a patient 50, and that will be a single. So Evans singles because he likes to mingle. And on patient, we check the card, and it's going to be a 1-base single. So, and that's going to be a single into right field. So Evans singles. Everyone moves up. Yeah, TNT. Yeah, I kind of figured that. Mainstream TV, yeah. So sometimes Channel 5 would have that there. Again, it's a big game for them. All right, Jim Rice, 2 on, 1 away. Holtzman will another tough. Are you kidding me? Struck him out. 3 out of 4 toughs for Holtzman. He's going to be tough today. That's the only tough on his card, but boy, I tell you, there's no wheelhouse either. So he's going to be tough. He's going to be tough. Wowzers. All right, so here we go. And there's an 11. That's a defensive check. So on the defensive check, right? So it's going to be a 9. Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. 9 is in play. Defense is 11. So that's a 9. So that's in play. So never mind. In play, 29. Ooh. Against a lefty, though. Holtzman's a lefty. Oh, I might have read wrong on the other card, but that's okay. We'll go with it here. And a 29 is a single off of in play. So again, in play we roll. Oh, 2 outs. Everybody gets an extra base and 2 outs, right? We already decided that. Even if it's a tough. So 2 outs in wheelhouse trump everything. Then it's tough. Then patient and in play. That's how I'm doing. So this is going to be a single, 2 bases. Lynn will score. Rice on the single. And the Red Sox will take a lead 1-0, just like they did last night. And, oh, you like the Beatles? Yeah, Beatles does some good. It's all baseball, but it's good baseball. It's fun. And he does it late at night, which is kind of neat. So if you go to bed, on the East Coast, it's late for me. And it's just somebody to listen to late at night, and he's easy listening. He really is. I like Beatles at night. Beatles at night. All right, so Yastrzemski with runners at the corner. Yaz had a walk and a steal and a triple last night. So another tough. Are you kidding me? What's that? 4 out of 6 toughs. Wow. And a 99 is a fly ball into shallow right field. And Singleton will make that catch. So Holtzman's going to be tough with the tough. We talked about that. And so the Sox leave runners on. They had a decent inning. And it's going to be the Baltimore Orioles coming to bat. So we got, what do we have here? Al Bumbry against Rick Wise. Now, he's got 2 toughs. Oh, he's got the 7 and the 3 for tough. So Rick Wise is going to be tough today, too. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. So we have a 6. It's going to be an in-play 4 against the righty. And, oh, that's going to be a triple. Look at this. Bumbry's going to open with a triple. So Bumbry gets a hold of this one. Now, the 4 says deep drive into center field. Bumbry's going to scoot all the way around. By the time Evans gets it in, he will be at third base. So Al Bumbry, a leadoff triple, and we're right back to where we were last night with the teams going run for run. So Wise in trouble already. Now Paul Blair, the mall cop, see what he can do. And a 7. So that's going to be a tough 96. So that's a fly ball into left field. And a 7 scores. A 7 will score. So is he a 7? No, I think I said, let's see, now where was I now? Before I even looked to see if it's a 7. I said tough in the outfield is no advance. But if you're a 7, so according to the chart, a 7 scores. But on a tough, I think what I'm going to do is here's on toughs, that's a good pitcher pitch. And so you didn't get all of it. So I'm going to say that he does not score. So I'm going to say F7. Is that an F7C? Yeah. So I'm going to say on tough that they don't score. Now he was a 4 anyway, so he wouldn't have scored. All right, so I'm going to say toughs you don't advance and wheelhouses that you do. All righty. Okay, something like that. All right, so we got Ken Singleton as Barbara comes by. It's a peaceful Sunday. I don't know if it's a peaceful Sunday. It's raining. Everyone's in bed over here. I woke up late because I was listening to Beatles late last night, so I slept in very late today. I'm going to play a game here, then I got to get some work done. But I figured I'd play first, have some fun. So we have a tough 26, and against the righty, strike him out. So it's a leadoff triple, and then a couple of quick outs, and now Rick Wise might get out of the jam. Lee May coming up. He's the 4-hitter. Let's see what Lee May can do. We have a 4 that's in play. And a 54. We're going to come over here, and that's a ground ball to third. And Ricola will make the play. And so a leadoff triple goes to waste. Imagine that. You get a leadoff triple, and you get absolutely nothing. So the Sox come up. Got a foot Fisk over here. As D-Ron Johnson's at the plate. I don't remember D-Ron Johnson, but he's our DH today. He only had 38 at bats, so yeah, he didn't play a lot. He played 15 games. And that's the great thing about this game here is that you can set it up to have the real life stats. So if I look over here for D-Ron Johnson, it says how many games he plays, the at bats, and all the other stuff over here. The same over here with Holtzman, his real life and his simulated numbers. So, and again, he's only played half an inning, so his ERA is through the roof because he gave up 1 run in 1 inning. So it's all current. I like how this game does it. I really do. And again, I see the pictures at the bottom and my logo's here, so everything's here on the screen. Makes me happy. And I got the Baltimore park here as well. Kind of fuzzy park, but that's what you get with old pictures. So D-Ron Johnson coming up now, and we have a 3, so that's a patient. Now against a lefty. Wow, against a righty, he's terrible. Against a lefty, though, with a 78, we're coming over here, and that's going to be a fly ball into center field. And making that catch is Paul Blair, and there's 1 away. I need to have some good days over here, like nice sunny days to get you excited about things, you know. You have rain all the time. It's like, ugh. Rico Petrocelli as Miroslav comes by. What's going on, bud? We have a 9. That's going to be an in-play. Ooh, 18. That should be good. Yeah, that's going to be a single. He's going to flare this one into the opposite field. And so a single for Rico Petrocelli against the lefty. And so the Sox with 1 out have a man on. Now, is Rico going to steal? He's a steal 3. F. Now, did he have any steals? No. I don't think he did. So we're going to say no. We're going to say no. So he's going to sit there. Doug Griffin, the second baseman coming up today. And Doug with an 8. That's a patient 69. Giggity. And it's going to be a fly ball into center field. 2 away. Rick Burleson coming up. He's the leadoff hitter. And if I look on the right over here, he's 1 for 1. And you can see that he's got a single. And X2 means I think he was thrown out at some point. I forget. I don't know all the baseball codes, but he's got a single, 1 for 1. And that's something that I asked Mark to do, and he put in this game a couple of versions ago. And I love it, and I use it all the time. Always reference it. Barbara's got the rain stopping, and it's all bright outside. It's brighto. It's brighto. Rick Burleson. Let's see if it's going to be sunny for him. Oh, no, it's another tough. But a tough 33 is a single, though, against a left-handed pitcher and a righty. Burleson fights it off, and it's going to be a sharp liner into center field. It's going to be 2 bases because there's 2 outs, right? Even if it's a tough, 2 bases will take precedence. So Petrocelli goes down to third. As Glenn comes by. Hi, Glenn. And Freddie Lynn, who's 0 for 1, head into a fielder's choice. Again, runners at the corners for the Sox. They've been doing pretty well here. They already get 5 hits off of Holtzman, but only the 1 run. and a 5. That's going to be an in play, but a 91 is going to be hit down to second base. And Bobby Grich, the Grinch, will make an easy play. And so Lynn can't get the job done. Leaving too many men on base. Isn't that the Sox way, though, right? All right, so we're going to go to the bottom of the second. Still 1-0 for the Red Sox. And speaking of Bobby Grich, he's going to come up here. Always sunny and bright when the rooster crows. Yeah, well, the rooster's not crowing too much right now. Although he did get another hit. We have an 8. That's going to be a patient 24. And that's going to be a walk. He gets the Pantera walk. Bobby Grich is a 3 on a steal. So we will roll. Again, I like to roll. Oh, nope. Nope. So he's not going to steal. So Tony Muser, who I took out of the game last night because he was so terrible. But we're going to let him hit today. All right, because he started. And, Andrews had 10 inches of rain and 2 tornadoes in Louisville. Holy cow. So we got a 6. That's an in-play 10. And that's going to be a single. So Muser likes to mingle. And it's going to be grounder up the middle, 1 base. All righty, so we're going to get a single into center field. So 2 on now, Wise. Boy, I tell you, he gave up an opening triple in the last leadoff triple. Not opening, leadoff triple. And he's in trouble again. Brooks Robinson, 39 years old, coming to the plate. Can Wise get out of this jam? It's a 12. That's an in-play 52. That's a fly ball into right field. And in the right field, man on second base. Does he want to try to go? Grich is a 5, so he's not going to go. My chart said 7 plus is automatic, so he would have tagged if he was a 7. And otherwise, no. I think I could, if I wanted to, I could. I could challenge if I wanted to. So, but I wouldn't go against Evans. So this is going to be a fly ball into right field. Now, Evans' arm is a 5 and Grich was a 6. So I would have to roll really low if I wanted to go. And I don't think I even have the option here, actually. So we're just going to say fly ball into right field. So Evans makes a catch, and we have 1 away. So the Sox now will be at double play depth as Dave Duncan, the catcher, comes up. He didn't play last night. So this is his first game. And we're going to get a 5. That's going to be an in-play 21. And that's going to be a single. So let's see if he gets the run home. We have to flip a card on in-play. An in-play single for Dave Duncan, and runner on second scores. Runner on first will go into third base as he slaps that in the right field. So it's going to be a single, 2 bases, and the game is tied. So Wise playing with fire one too many times, and that's going to tie the game with runners at the corners now for Mark Belanger. You see Belanger hitting 250 after 1 game. So here's the pitch. That's another in play. This is 88. This is a ground ball to shortstop. This could be 2. So our double play is so how double plays work? You look for the double play numbers. You get 8 and 9. You look for the lowest one. If it's that number or less, it's a double play. If it's above this, it's second only, and 11 and 12 is first only. That's kind of how I play the double plays. I think that's how the rules are. So 8 or less, it's hit down to Burleson. He'll turn true, and he will. So we're going to get a 6-4-3 double play. And Belanger ends the inning. But they do get 1, and we are tied here at Memorial Stadium in Game 2 of the Red Sox 76 series here. Oh, you had Fisk and Evans in the AAA team. Nice, nice. I forget what the name of that team was. I think I remember hearing about it. I just don't remember what the team was. All right, so speaking of Evans, Evans is going to come up here to lead some things off. And, we're going to get a ballpark 54 against the lefty, and he's going to get a triple. Holy cow, triples are everywhere, right? So that's the only, I'm sorry, no, hang on. Ballpark 54, it's going to be wheelhouse, right? Okay, so ballpark, the 54 against the right-handed batter, wheelhouse. Okay, so now we got to roll to see what it is. So 1 to 75 is a hit at some point. 1 to 75 is a hit. 1 to 39 is a home run. So Evans gets a hold of this one, and see you later. Evans sends this into center field. That is a home run. And so, hang on, wrong one. Hang on, I'll get it right. I'll get it right. HR. Sorry about that. And Evans parks it, as we used to say, and the Sox go back up. So this is identical to last night. The Sox would take the lead, and Baltimore would tie it. And so that is that. So Evans with a home run here as Mike comes by. Mike, how'd the football game turn out? I was watching your update on Facebook there. It looks like you guys are having a good time, despite the delivery problems. The product is a solid product, though, and it looks like it was a lot of fun. Mosley missing the extra point. Are you kidding me? Mosley was like an MVP kicker in '82. What did you roll to miss an extra point? Oh, man. All right, the Louisville Colonels. That's what we're talking about here. The Louisville Colonels. Isn't everything Colonels, though, in the South? Every single team in the South. South Carolina Colonels. Everything's Colonels. We have an 8th for Rice. Ooh, that's going to be a patient 23. It's probably a walk. And, yeah, so Rice will get the Pantera walk. So he's a steal 3. He actually stole 8 stolen bases. Had 8 stolen bases. Let's see if I can get the 3. No, so he won't steal. So it's going to be Yaz coming up. Let's see what Yaz is going to do against Holtzman. So it's lefty on lefty. And Yaz does pretty good against lefties if he can get the wheelhouse. All right, Holtzman will deal. That's a tough 27, and he struck him out. So Yaz with a big cut. And is 1 away. So you guys stopped in the first quarter. Little known fact, Mosley only missed 1 field goal that regular season, but actually missed several extra points. That's weird. Interesting. Interesting. Cutter comes by. Hi, Cutter. Getting ready for a big day of gaming on his table, it looks like. And so Carlton Fisk now with Rice on first base. We have a 6. That's an in play. Now what's going to be? That's going to be a 7. And a 79 is a fly ball in the center field, and no one's going anywhere. So 2 away, so a leadoff single here, a leadoff walk or whatever it was, might go to waste. D-Ron Johnson coming up today. He flied out to center field. Here is D-Ron. That's going to be a 10. It's going to be an in-play. And a 56, we're going to come over here, and that's going to be a fly ball into right field to Singleton. Coming over by the line will make the catch. And the Sox strand another runner. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd here in Baltimore. Again, you can tell I'm really liking this payoff pitch game this time around. You know what it is he come out, again, these the new rules here. When I bought the new printed set, I bought the new rules and I printed them out, but what I still was using the old rules. And I hate to say it that way because they're not new rules or old, but it's just the way it was laid out and the way the new cards explained everything was better. Let me get at that. Everything just seemed to be explained a little bit better. I understood it better. The charts made more sense to me. And so the way it was laid out with the new presentation just worked. Because I was still using the old rules of the old charts and the new charts, and I was just getting confused. So I finally took all the old stuff, put it away, just pulled out the new stuff, and I was like, yep, this works much better. It really does. And Cutter wants to play some OOTP. Ironically, I almost broke that out yesterday, but I said, no, I get Payoff Pitch 76, my new season. I want to play it. So I played it last night, and I almost pulled out an OTP. I don't know which one I have. I think I got 22 or 23. I'm behind with my OOTP, I should say. And but then Beatles played it last night. I was like, man, I almost played it yesterday, but I didn't. All right, Rick Wise to Bunbury, who's 1 for 1 with a triple. And we have an in-play 75. This is going to be hit in the center field, and this time Lynn will run it down. And we have 1 away. So Bunbury is retired from the plate. Paul Blair, 0 for 1. And we got a 7 here, and that's going to be a tough. You think you're tough. And a tough 22. Strike him out. So Wise will get his second strikeout of the afternoon. And with 2 away, Ken Singleton coming up to the plate. And we have an 8. That's going to be a patient, little patience. And that's going to be a 49. So that's going to be the Pantera walk. So he'll get the walk. And Singleton with a 2, I'm not going to try this. Oh, he did have 2 stolen bases. So let me see if I roll the 2. Gotta be fair, to be fair. See if I roll the 2. Nope. So he's not going to steal. Lee May with 2 outs. He may and may not come up big here. And an 8. That's another patient. And a 25. Oh, boy. This is a double. This is a double. And that'll tie the game, right? A patient 25 is a double. And with 2 outs, you get the extra base. That's how I play it. 2 outs, everybody gets the extra base. That way I don't got to think about it. And Lee May has tied the game, and Baltimore is back in, and it's 2-2. This is exactly what happened last night. Almost identical to last night. Sox with a lead in the first. In the second, they tie it up. They take the lead in the third. Bottom of the third, they tie it up. So this has been very identical to last night. Bobby Grich got a walk. If he can single, the game will be tied. We got a defensive check on the 11. And it's going to be, is it an error on the second baseman? So it's hit down to Doug Griffin. And with a 92, no matter what his rating is, it's going to be an out. So what's the out going to be? It's going to be a ground ball, and that will end the inning. And I'm getting pretty good at that, too. It's exactly like last night. Everything's lining up exactly the same. All right, so let's put Baltimore away. Let's bring out Ken Holtzman, who's not pitching bad at all. Well, 6 hits, a couple of runs. Rico Petrocelli coming up to the plate. He is 1 for 1 with a single. So here we go. Rico in the top of the 4th. And, a ballpark 72 is going to be in play. So we got a ballpark in play. Let me get that out of the way. So Rico is in play. So he needs a 1-19. Needs a nice low roll, gets a 74, and that'll be hit in the center field. Blair going back. That was hit rather well, but Blair will haul that in, and Petrocelli is down as 1 away. Doug. It's Doug. Doug Griffin coming up 0 for 1. Flied out to center field. So we have an 8. That's going to be a patient 10, and that's going to be a walk. He'll get the Pantera walk. So Griffin on. Let's check for the steal. You know, I think I'm damaging the card when I slam down my rolls here. So let me see. I don't know how else I can do it here. If I slide everything up, can I put them here? Will that show it off without wrecking my card? I don't want to. Will that be better? So, again, I'm slamming the card here. I don't want to keep doing that. So no, he's not going to steal. So Griffin gets on the first base. So that's where he's going to stay. Alrighty. So we'll just slide everything up. I just don't want to wreck the cards because I'm going to be playing this season. All right, so we got a 9. So that's going to be an in-play 95. And that's going to be a fly ball into left field. And no one's going anywhere on that. So Burleson flies out. So now we have 2 away with a go-ahead run on first base, and Freddie Lynn, who's 0 for 2. Come on, Freddie. So we have a 7. That's another tough. Holy cow, I'm rolling 7s all day long, and that's going to be a strikeout. And that'll end that. So a leadoff base runner goes to waste, and that is that. And Miroslav, his APA baseball currently arrived. That's fantastic. What season did you get? And I'm learning the master version. If you haven't played APA, I would suggest playing the basic first. If you play the basic, the step to master is way easier than trying to jump right into master. Because once you get an idea on how APA plays, the master is just a couple of extra steps. Whereas if you try to learn the master all at once, it's very, very confusing. So I would suggest if you haven't played basic APA, play basic APA. Play 10 games. They play so fast. Get used to what you're doing in that, and then the master game just makes much more sense. So So again, I'm off my soapbox now. You're excited about how it can draw you into the story and how many options. Yeah, the Appa Master game is that's what it does. It gives you some different things, and I really like that. Alrighty, so we have a Wise. We have a 7, and that's a patient. 52. He's going to hit this one down to third base to Ricola, and Petrocelli gets Muser out, and he is done. I need to get back to the Appa Master. I haven't played it in a while, so I'm probably going to be a little lost with it because it's just got a lot of extra things to do that I forget now because I haven't played it, because I've been playing this. All right, so now we have an 11, and that's going to be a defensive check on the 11th. So, range of the second baseman. So, Griffin, what do you got, Griffin? His range is a D. So, that's a D10. And that's going to be a hit. So, what is the hit by Brooks Robinson going to be? It gets by Griffin. And that's going to be a double. No, wait, no, a single, because the second baseman. Single. It's going to be a single, because he likes to mingle. So, Brooks Robinson is on. He's not going to steal. And David asks, are the photos included with Digital Diamond? No, they're not. In fact, I don't think any game includes the photos and the logos and all that stuff because it's a copyright. So what it is with this game and with Action PC, OOTP has the license, so I think you get that in OOTP. But any other game like this, whether it's Replay or Action PC or Digital Diamond, you get a generic picture and a generic team logo, and you have the option to replace those. Okay, so it's kind of like a open source type of thing. So it's like you're going to be, the Boston is going to be Boston JPEG, and it's just going to be a B. But if you want to find the Red Sox logo and put it in the correct folder and use that logo instead, that's something you do so the company can't get in trouble for it. So they don't come with it, but they are very easy to set up, especially in this one here. I find that this is one of the easiest ones to set up all this stuff. So where are we now? So we have one away, Robinson on first, and Dave Duncan coming up. And Miroslav says, it's a shame that AppaGo application doesn't offer data such as arm stealing speed. The AppaGo, I played it. That's the basic game. I enjoyed it, and I would play it more. But it's weird how you do things as far as simulating games and keeping standings. It's not. I had a hard time with it. That's what I'm going to say. And it wasn't enjoyable. Even when I kind of figured out it wasn't enjoyable. The game itself was all right because you could see the cards and the results. You could even roll your own dice, and you just played just basic with it. It needs to be more like this. If I would play way more Appa on the computer if it was set up like this. But I do how you can see the cards and the whole bit, and but it just, I've tried it a couple times and it's just okay. It's just not grabbing me like this. If that makes any sense. And you miss a decision. Yeah, well, anytime you play cards and dice, it's a way better experience. It just is, as you can tell. Just because you can kind of do what you want to do with it. You can make up your own things and do what makes sense to you. All right, so Dave Dunkin' Donuts coming up as John comes by. Hi, John. Good to see you. I'm getting a little bit of gaming in before I go to work today. And then hopefully I'll be back tonight. I don't know, maybe some Appa hockey or Appa football tonight? I don't know. I'm addicted to this Payoff Pitch right now, and that's how I can't help myself. And then when Skyrim goes on sale on PC, forget it. All right, so we have a 4, which is going to be in play in a 37, and that's going to be a G1. So hit right back to the mound. Oh, we got a possible double play here. So it's hit back to Wise. Our double play number is 8. And we got a 6. That's going to be a double play. It's going to be a G163 double play. And that is that. So they get out of the inning. But right now, it's weird. If you told me, 8 or 10 years ago that I'd be rolling dice on the table with cards and playing baseball, I was like, what are you talking about? I'm playing video games. This I find is so much more immersive. It's just hands-on. You know, you're touching cards, you're rolling dice. It's you. It's you, and you're not required on the skill of how fast you can hit a button. It's the luck of the dice, and you see what goes on, and you're thinking about things. I like that. I like to think. So here we go. So can you guys still see the dice rolls when I do it this way? I'm trying to make sure you guys can see. So we have a 5. That's going to be an in-play 50. And that's going to be over here, a ground ball down the... Mrs. Robinson throws him out at first base. Hey, hey, hey. And Dewey's out. All right, so Jimmy Rice. Jimmy Rice. All righty. I kept slamming the card here, and I was bending it. And I was like, oh, I don't want to keep bending the card. So as long as you can see everything here, I tried to move everything up a little bit. So we have a 6. So that's going to be an in-play. And an in-play 26, that might be a hit, and it is. So Rice is going to hit this one right up the middle, and he's on with a single. Now he's a 3 stealer. He's a stealer. Let's see who's going to go. No, he's not going to go. And again, this is kind of just the way I do it. There's many different ways to handle this stuff. I'm doing it the way that works for me, and it's working. It's working very well, actually. So Holtzman now has given up 7 hits. And with 1 on and 1 away, it's just Stremski, who's 1 for 2 with a single. All right, so he's going to get, another tough, though. And, look at that, a tough 1-48 to strike out. I got a 47. Struck him out. Yeah, strikes out. Second time. Woo, boy. Here we go. Dun, dun, dun. All right, Carlton Fisk with 2 away. A lot of base runners for the Sox today, but only a couple of runs to speak of. And we have a 4. So a 4 is in play, but an 81 is going to be over here. It's going to be hit in the center field. Blair flaring over into right center will shag this one, and the Sox go down and leave another runner on base. How many on base is that? I think this game tells you that. So if you go to your menu and you go to your box score, let's see how many left on base. Not here. Extended box score. Not here. Scorecard. Not here. Play-by-play. No. Scoring plays. No. Newspaper box score. I thought there was an LOB somewhere. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. The extended box score. I thought it was here. RBIs, doubles, triples, fielding. No, I can't find it. I can't find the left on base. I thought they had it here. I like to look at that stuff sometimes. If it's here, I'm just not seeing it. So I'll look at the end of the game. Yep, no. Not seeing left on base. All right, so let's not seeing anything over here. All right, so let's get out of that. All right, so let's go now to Belanger coming up. 32-year-old Mark Belanger. Bottom of the 5th in a tie game. And we have a 6. That's going to be an in-play. And a 77 is going to be out of range. And we're going to come over here to F8s. And Lynn will come over here, and he will make that catch in center field. Again, in this game, this Digital Diamond is there's no ball, and you don't see people running, but you do see the players light up that made the play. So that's kind of their way around any animation. You do on the right side, below the cards, because you can't see it right now, but let me do this real quick. So if I do this, you can see the whole screen. So if you haven't played this game, on the right side, underneath the card, you see all that up over here? That's where the play-by-play is. So you do get play-by-play in this game. I just cover it up so you can see the cards, is what I do. And so I cover the play-by-play up. So it is in this game. It's covered up by my camera. So now we have Bunbury with 1 away. Bunbury. And we have a 4. That's an in-play, and a 92 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Evans back fairly deep, but a lot of room out there in right field here in Baltimore. I wouldn't want to cut that grass. And now Paul Blair, 2 away. Paul Blair, a 5. That's an in-play 14. That should be good, and that is. That will be a single into center field. So Blair is on. He's got a 4 steal, so let's see if he wants to steal. Nope, he's not going to steal. So a 2-out single by Blair puts the go-ahead run on base. And Ken Singleton coming up. And we have a 3. That's a tough. And a tough 50. Ooh, he's going to fight this off and get a single. Right? 3 is tough. 50 is a single. But because it's tough, remember, only 1 base on a tough. But there's 2 outs. So he will get the extra base. 2 outs will trump the tough. So you think you're tough. So he fought it off. Blair running on the pitch will get the 3rd. And now the Orioles got some things going on. Let's just check the manager and make sure it was still good. Yep. He says hold the runner at first. I kind of do that anyway. All right, so here we go. Wise in some trouble. Runners at the corner. In the 5th. That's going to be in play. And a 56 is going to be flied in the right field. Evans has it, and he will get out of the jam. So, Wise making it interesting here. And it is still 2-2. Yeah, the play-by-play is kind of neat. I think you can set it up for long play-by-play or short play-by-play. So if you want a lot of description, you can get it. I set it up for the fastest because I just need to see it to make sure that the code I put in works. And it tells you what happens. So, yeah, so there's a little bit of animation. There's a little bit of play-by-play in this game. And, again, you get all the teams and all the seasons. And you can play this game. I'm using what's called the board game companion, where as you can see, when I hit swing, it says what happened. So I'm inputting it. But you can play this game naturally and just hit the swing button, and a different chart comes up, and it tells you what was rolled and what happened on the play using this game engine. So you don't have to play cards and dice. But the idea that you can play any game you want and input the stats makes this a fantastic baseball program. And I wish they had it for hockey. And I heard at Indicon that something's going on with that. Just saying. And I gotta call Mike. That's what I gotta do after this. Miroslav said, I'm wondering what's new in version 13 compared to 12. This is 12. He's been posting on the Facebook group some things, a lot of different stats. The gameplay is pretty much the same, but as far as the kind of stats you can get and a report you can do, if you're really into the statistical part of it, that's what he's working on this year. As far as any other things, we'll have to get him on the show to kind of go over the rest of it there. But it's just he keeps adding more depth to the game is what he does. All right, so D-Ron Johnson, 0 for 2. D-Ron here in the 6th. That's going to be an 8. That's going to be a patient 25. And this is going to be the Pantera walk. Now, he's got no stealing, so he's not going to steal. Now, Rico Petrocelli is a 4 bunter. I mean, a B bunter. We're going to bunt. We're going to have the old man try to drop a bunt. All right, a bunt B. And it's going to be a sacrifice hit to the catcher. So Petrocelli lays it down. So it's SH2. And that will tell me that I dropped it in front of the plate. You can see Duncan light up, and Duncan will make the play. Johnson goes down to second. And so we have the runner in scoring position for Doug. It's Doug Griffin. Here we go. Doug Griffin. Can he get his job done here? An 8. That's a patient 48. Oh, no. That's a ground ball down to third. So now, on a grounder to third, if he's a 7, he gets there. I don't think Johnson's a 7. Oh, he is. D-Ron Johnson's a 7. So on my chart, again, tough, he doesn't go. Wheelhouse, he does. And anything else, I look at my chart. So on my chart, if it says if it's hit the third, but he's a 7, he will sneak behind. So we're going to be a G5. So the batter is out. Griffin's out, but he moves Johnson to third base. And that's kind of how I handle it. And again, some people handle it different ways. You know, you probably wouldn't get the third on a hit the third, but you never know. You kind of figure if it was chopped in front of the plate and he had to charge in, he's getting the third. Maybe he dove into the hole And there's no way he's covering third. So anything could happen on the play, and that's kind of how I interpret it. So we have a runner on third again for the Sox. 2 outs. Burleson, any hit in the outfield that hits the grass is going to be good. That's going to be in play 43. No, this is going to be a line drive to second base to Bobby Grich. And Grich will make the stab to end the inning, and we're going to go to the bottom of 6, still tied at 2. And speaking of Bobby Grich, he's going to lead us off. All right, Grich, 0 for 1 today with a walk. Rick Wise still on the mound here in the bottom of the 6. We have a 6. It's going to be an in-play 15. And that's going to be a single soft blooper into right field, actually. No, left field. So Grich, a little flare, if you will. And he's going to be on. His stealing is a 3. Let's see if he wants to steal. Uh-oh. I think he's going to take off. So 3 is good. So we have a 3 against a hold 7 with a 24. I think he's taking off. So a 3 with a hold 7. Yeah, he's going to try to steal. So Grich says, I'm taking off. So Grich is a C. Fisk is a 3, so we have a 3C. So a 3C is normal. All right? So we have excellent, very good, normal is the middle, then fair, then poor. I think Yaz last night was fair, and he got it. So we have C3 is normal. And how I tell that, I'll show you the chart here. So on the chart, the runner stealing is a C, and Fisk's arm is a 3. So you go here, and it tells you what everything is. So again, the different ratings are all here, and it tells you what it is. So we're C3, we're normal. And again, I could roll the dice here, but I like to flip the card. Is what I like to do. All right, so here we go. So on normal, and he is out. He is thrown out by Fisk on a steal attempt. So right, so, wait, what happened here? How come Grich didn't get on base? Was he out? Did I screw this all up? Because Grich is not on base. Why did I check for a steal? I thought he did. What did I just do here? Did I screw this up? So Muse is up, and it's telling me that it was a fly ball to left field. Oh, I know what I did. Let me undo the last play. I know what I did is there was a flare into left field. Instead of putting single, I put fly ball into left field. Okay, so I'm not losing my mind. Okay, so it's a flare into left field. So Grich is on, but then he was caught stealing, which I think is CS. So Grich goes down, and Fisk gets him out. Yep. Oh, Ovechkin just scored? Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I'll have to tune in and catch the replay on that. All right, so he is out now. All right, I think I got it. I think I got it now. I think I got it now. All right, so with one away. So Ovechkin's playing. I should get the notification here on my computer. Ovechkin, they're playing Islanders or something today, right? So this is going to be a patient 97. And that's going to be a fly ball on the right. That will give us 2 outs. So Muse are having another fair day at the plate. And now we have Mrs. Robinson in play 74. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Lynn heading to his left will make the catch. So kind of 1, 2, 3. Kind of. All right, so we're going to go to the 7th. So he's good through 8. Wise is going to be not fatigued yet because he hasn't given up 3 runs, so nobody is fatigued. 3 runs is the key, and I like how they do this fatigue in the game. Freddie Lynn, 0 for 3. You don't take out Freddie Lynn, even though when he's 0 for 3. You don't take out Freddie Lynn. So Holtzman to Freddie Lynn. Oh, boy, it's another tough. And he fights it off for a single, though. 58 to 69. I got a 61. And Lynn will single a sharp liner in front of the left fielder. And Lynn is on. He's got a stealing 3. And, oh, he might go. He might go. So I rolled the 3. Hold of 6. So a 3, 6, and, oh boy, he's going to attempt it with a poor, nope, he's going to hold. 48 to 99, he holds. So he says, no, doesn't get the jump that he wanted. So Freddie Lynn is not going to steal. Holtzman fires over to first and keeps him there. I'll have to check out that replay here in a few minutes. While I'm making some T-shirts, I got to call Mike and see how he's doing on his ride home. So we have a 6 now. That's going to be an in-play 80. Oh, boy. This is a, fly ball to center field. I'm pretty sure. Yep. And Blair will make the catch, and Lynn will trot back to first base. 1 away. Jim Rice, 2 for 3 today. I'm sorry, no, Evans is 2 for 3. Rice is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. 8. That's a patient 96. And that's a fly ball into left field for Rice. Bunbury back, makes the catch. Lynn will go back one more time. So, Yastrzemski, 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI. 5 in play, 83, and this is hit down to Bobby Grich, and that will do it. So the Sox leave another runner on. Let's see, I don't know how many are left on base here. There's got to be a way of finding that. That's one stat I do like, and I didn't find that in the box score. Right, so if I go to my box score, I'm just not seeing it here where it says left on base. I got my doubles, triples, RBIs. Game. I don't know what a GIDP is. That game inning double play? Oh, he did his Bobby Orr impression. Fantastic. RBIs. Yeah, I'm not seeing the left on base. That's a bummer. I wanted to see that. But anyway. All right, so Dave Duncan. So Wise now has not given up 3 runs. So he's still doing okay. Duncan 1 for 2. We'll keep him in the game in the 7th. So we have a 6. It's an in-play 75. This is going to be hit into center field. Lynn will make the catch. That's why we have Freddie Lynn out there. Mark Belanger. We have a 5. That's an in-play 37. Oh, just missed it. He popped it up to the catcher, and Fisk will make that one there, and we have 2 away. I imagine they stopped the game, right? They stopped the game to celebrate. I'll catch that later. That'd be fun to watch. And it's going to be an in-play 1. And that's going to be a double for Bunbury, right? Wise, 6 is in play, and a 1 is going to be a double for his trouble. So Bunbury on second, runner in scoring position here in the 7th. Chance for the Orioles to take the lead. Paul Blair, the center fielder, is 1 for 3 today. A 3, that's a tough. And struck him out. So Wise coming back with his 3rd strikeout of the day and a big one. And we go to the 8th. Neither pitcher is fatigued because they've only given up 2 runs. Although they've given up a lot of hits. Some games they factor in that. I'm just going to go with what I got here. So here we are, Memorial Stadium. Carlton Fisk coming up. And an 11. It's going to be a defensive check. And this is going to be an error on the right fielder. So the right fielder is Singleton. His error is 3. So a 328. And that's going to be an error. So Singleton coming over. And single plus 1. So a single plus 1. Well, I need to look this up now. A single plus 1 on the error. Hang on one second here. That's one I'm not familiar with. A single plus one on an error. Check. Hang on one second here. I don't know what that one is. So it's a single. All right, so. So I don't know if Fisk gets an extra base or not. Or maybe the runners get an extra base. But it says a +1. So it's going to drop in now. Does he get to the next base here? I'm not sure about that. So error check in the outfield. Single plus error. Oh, the batters get one extra base. Okay. So I think that's what it is. Just want to be sure. So it's just going to be an error out there on Singleton. So Fisk gets on with an error. And the runners would have got an extra base. Fisk is not going to steal. And so here in the 8th, D-Ron Johnson, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. What do we want to do? Do we have anybody that can pinch hit for this guy? Because he's not been a good DH today. Bernie Carbo. Do I have Bernie Carbo on my Sox? So I only get 4 guys here. That's the weird thing is I only get 4 guys to fill in. That's the weird thing about this. Like you think you'd have a whole bench full of guys. I got to ask Chuckett about that. So I get Steve Dillard could hit. You know, I think I might do I'm going to do Bernie Carbo. So all these guys didn't play. Is that what you're telling me? So Bernie Carbo is going to come in and hit. So all these guys here that I have carded, none of them were eligible that game. I need to ask about that. I need to ask about that. So where's my need to make a note here on the bench players. So I can ask Mark what we have. I know I asked him that before, but I don't know how deep he goes into the game. There's a way of like having everybody available, and I just don't know how to do it. All right, so Bernie Carbo will come in. Oh boy, it's lefty on lefty though. He doesn't do good against lefties. So no, he's not coming in. So we might go to Steve Dillard. We might go to Dillard. Oh, Rick Miller. Oh, he's a lefty. Yeah, Steve Dillard's going to come in. We're going to go to Steve Dillard. None of these other guys are available. All right, so Steve Dillard's going to hit, and he does okay against lefties. All right, so Steve Dillard will come in. He's going to be our DH. And with Fisk on first base, Dillard comes in. And means they were not available for the game for whatever reason. Yeah, I mean, I know not everyone's available, but to only have 4 available guys, I mean, that's no pinch runners, no fast runners. That's no, there's a lot of guys that I have here on my card that aren't in the game. But maybe that's how it was. Maybe there's only a handful of guys. Because I have a couple of fast runners, and they're never available. So I will have to ask about that. So Steve Dillard. So we have an 8. That's a patient 66. Oh, just missed it. Just missed it. That's going to be a G4. This could be a double play. Oh, man. Dillard hits it well. But that's going to go down the grit. She's going to try to turn 2. So 7, 9. No, the only play is a second. Dillard will beat it out. So that's going to be a G4, 4-6. They can't get the second out. So Dillard beats it out. But it's a heck of a play by Gritch to at least get the 1. So it's going to be now Rico Petrocelli. Here we go. And a 9 is going to be in play, but a 90. And that's going to be, this is ground ball down the shortstop. This could be 2. 7 or less. Yep, that's a double play. So it's going to be a 6-4-3. So they get out of the jam. Not really a jam, but you know what I mean. And so that is that. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. We're still tied at 2-2. These two teams have been going run for run. This is game 2 of the season, and they've had a good season. Sox won 6-3 last night. Baltimore looking to bounce back. So we have a 6. It's going to be an in-play 74 fly ball into center field. Lynn stretching out will make the catch. Lee May. He may or may not get it done. Lee May. Wheelhouse 38. Goodbye. Yep, Lee May gets it done on the home run. And in the bottom of the 8th, Baltimore has taken the lead. And now Wise is fatigued. So we're going to take Wise out. It's a wise move. And Reggie Cleveland is coming in. So let's go to the bullpen. Rick Wise gives up the home run. He's now fatigued. And Cleveland will come in. Here he is. So Reggie Cleveland. He can go long relief. So he's going to come in. No, he's not scheduled to pitch, right? No. So Reggie Cleveland will come in. So a big home run here. And now Bobby Grich with one away. We have a 7. That's a tough 57. He's going to double. Holy cow. 156 with the strikeout to 57 is a double for his trouble. And he's going to slap that off the wall in left field. Rice will pick it up and throw it back in. But Grich is on. And well, he steals if I roll snake eyes. Oh! But I think it's too high. I think the 89 is too high. So on a steal of second base or third base, I don't think did we use the hold here? I don't know if he used the hold on stealing third base. So he's got the snake eye. So he's trying. So he's a C stealer. Hang on 1 second. I just need to double check on the stealing a third base. Do you check the hold of the pitcher because he's a hold 9, and he would be going on anything over a 64, so I'm pretty sure he goes. I just want to make sure. It's an attempt to steal third base. Must be doubles. There are no modifiers or adjustments when stealing third. Does not incorporate the hold ring. There's an optional jump shot that incorporates. Okay. So I can use that if I choose to. And okay, he's going to go. He's going to try to steal third. So Grich, he's digging in. He's going to go for third base. All right? They got the 1-run lead. Why not? He's going to try to get the third with one away. So he's got a C. So I got a 3C. And it's going to be normal. Grich digging in. And he is safe at third base. So Bobby Grich has stolen third base. And he's now 90 feet away. And that's the insurance run. So here we go. Yeah, one batter too late, right? Yeah. So he's going to go for it. He's in there. So now Tony Muser, who's done absolutely nothing here, right? 1 for 3. He does have a single. He didn't do good last night. But we're going to try him. We're going to let him go. Here we go. Tony Muser just trying to make... Oh, infield's in, by the way. Infield will be in. And I got to figure out all that. So I have a 6. It's an in-play 67. So, perfect. So ground ball, shortstop on a 67. So ground ball, shortstop on in-play. So the fielders are in. So the runner on third, hit the short. Fielders are in. Use the infield in chart. Okay. So I go to the infield in chart because I got it. This is one of those times you kind of stop the game and take a look at everything. Okay. So here's my infield in chart. Alrighty. All right. So it's hit down the shortstop. Gritch is at third base. We go to my infield in chart. We're going to re-roll this and look at the chart. An 8. Runner on third, out at home, and the batter is safe. Other runners advance one base. So it's going to be a G6-2. Right? Here's a hit. Burleson throwing to the plate. He is out. Gritch is tagged out at the plate. And Muser will get on the first base. So on the infield in chart, that's what I have. Go to the infield in chart, right? Runner on third, fielder's in. Use the infield in chart. So I think that's what it is. And that's what I'm going to do. Right? So that is that. So now does this Muser guy try to steal? That's what I got to find out now. So Muser stealing F. No, where's Muser over here? Stealing 2. We're going to say no. All right, so 2 outs to Mrs. Robinson. So Baltimore up by 1. Reggie Cleveland trying to get out here. Gary Banks comes by. Hi, Gary. We have a 10. That's a patient 75, and that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Lynn will grab it, and that'll do it. But the home run puts Baltimore up. So Holtzman, not fatigued yet, trying to nail it down. So Doug Griffin, 0 for 2. He's the second baseman. What are my options here? What are my options? I need some. So I need a second baseman. So Denny Doyle. Oh, they're all lefties though. Right? So Bernie Cobble is terrible against lefties. Rick Miller, he's a little bit better than Doug Griffin against lefties. So I'm gonna have Rick Miller come in, and he's gonna hit here. He's my only. I don't have any righty batters. Even Bob Montgomery's not available, so I don't have any catchers, right? So if my catcher got hurt, I don't have a backup catcher. That can't be right. They would not have one catcher, would they? I got to find out about that. I think there's a way to make everybody available. Yeah, because I don't have any righties at all. Right? I got 3 guys. So, all right, Rick Miller will come in and hit. Yeah, I have to find out about that. What does my bench coach say? I gotta find out about that. But I'm gonna do it like this for right now because I don't like the fact that I only get 3 guys on the bench. Now, if I don't know how many you can dress. I'll have to ask Juckett about that. So if you can dress 9, you get 9 in the outfield, and you got 4 guys on the bench. So that's what, 13 guys, plus 7 pitches, 20. Maybe that's it. Right? Maybe that's it. So if I go to the bullpen, I've got 9 guys here. So that would be like 20-something guys. Huh. I'll have to find out about that. All right, so Rick Miller's coming up. It's supposed to be 25. So if I had 9 plus, so I had 10 pitchers, and then I had 13. I should have a couple more guys than that, I would think, but I could be very wrong. All right, so here we go. Rick Miller coming up. He's going to lead us off against Holtzman here in the top of the 9th. So we have an 8. That's a patient 62, and right. And he's going to be out here on a fly ball into left field. So Miller connects, but he's down, and we have 1 away. And Rick Burleson coming up. And we have a 10. That's an in-play 29. Oh, just missed a single. Popped it up, and the second baseman, Gritch, will make the catch. Yeah, so I don't know why I don't have Montgomery available. That's what I'm trying to find out. Is I have a card for him. It doesn't mean he's playing. But I know not everybody plays every day, so I'm going to have to find out how to do that. Because that's always my question, is bringing in guys. It's like, who's on the base, who can run, who can pinch hit. So I will find out, JT. I will get back to you and all that. Freddie Lynn. I'm gonna call Juckett after this, and I'll find out. All right, here it is. Freddie Lynn, the last man standing. It's a 6. It's an in-play 13, and he's going to single. So Freddie Lynn represents the tying run. He's a steal 3. What do you think? He doesn't steal. And he's a run 4. So again, if we need a better runner, who are my options here? I get 2 guys left on the bench. That's the crazy thing about it. And none of them play center field, so I need to fix this. Yeah, something's really weird about this, so I need to fix this. So if somebody either gets hurt or, I don't have any center fielders. So Larry says 5-man starting pitcher rotation. You're 9 men in the field, 6 on the bench, and 5 relief pitchers was normal. So I had 4 on the bench, so I'm missing a couple guys. So I need to fix that. I'll find out about that. There's a way to have everybody available. I just don't know how to do it. I think there's a way to do it. Dwight Evans, now he's the last man standing. And it's a tough 61 against the lefty is a fly ball to right field, and that will do it for the Sox. And they will lose today by the score of 3-2. So they got the series split so far. And that'll do it. So let's end the game. And the game will be official. So the Sox now fall to 1-1. As Beatles comes by, so we're going to fast play of the day here, and I will look into that. Let me see if that should get rid of the camera now. And then I can fast play the game. All the games for today. Hopefully there's no doubleheader today for the Sox. I'm trying to play all the games. So that is that. So if we come back here, we'll take a look at our season overview. And here's where we are. So the Sox are 1-1. Yankees are 2-0. Of course they are. And that's where we stand. And you can see I have all the logos in here. I put all the logos in. I actually went over here to the team editor, and I individually put in all the logos. And what I did, too, is I changed everything. So if you hit edit, you have all the colors here. I changed a lot of these, is what I did. I think I have a nice orange here that I put somewhere. Yeah, that's like a nice orange. So I'm going to save that color and use that. And then you can just kind of change the colors so get a nice, little bit better orange. I changed all the homes to white and all the aways to colors, what I did for the most part. So anytime you click on a team, and so you can change all the colors here. This is how you change the logo. And there's ways to do the different the different lineups and stuff. So I'm gonna go look into that offline here. But that is the final today as I come back to Studio B. It's going to be a win here for Baltimore. And they will so let's back up the library here. There we go. And so the Red Sox are 1-1 out of the gate here in my 76 replay. So that is that. So thanks for coming by. I'm going to go check out the Ovechkin goal and see how that looked. And then I got some work I got to do. I got to call Mike from Studio T. He's in the truck, so Mike's in Studio T. So I'm going to get a rundown of what happened at IndyCon while I get some work done here. And, yeah, we'll probably see everybody tonight. Yeah, I know that I use my favorite logos, though. Sometimes they have different logos that they use in different things, but I went with the logos that I liked. That's what I did. Just it pleases the court. So anyway, so I do have my hat on though. But thanks for coming by. We'll catch it tonight. We'll either play some. I don't know if I'll play more of this. I don't want to burn you guys out on the same thing, but maybe we'll play something tonight. Maybe I'll try some Action PC tonight. You never know. You never know what's going to happen here on the channel. So I'm Dave from Studio B. Thanks for tuning in. You guys have a great day. Maybe we'll catch you later on. Bye-bye.